What's up? What's up, my friend? How do I start? Hey, what? I thought I had practiced. Wait. Almost. It's not working. It's not working. Ay, ay. Hey, my friend. These things. Let's leave them for gymnastic people. Ah, good vibe, soul. I was trying to run in style today because wonderful creature of God. Today is that day where we get to go across some extremely interesting videos, mind-blowing videos, happy videos, animal videos, my friend, and other videos that have information. The type of information that myself I also have to seek some help to understand. Now, interesting. So, your help will also be needed in understanding these videos. So, leave your comments, thoughts, and whatever other belief you might have about the things that we shall be seeing today in the comment section. Interesting child of God. Here, we don't just react to videos because we are always on a mission. So, we react to videos while trying to spread our message of peace to the whole world, ensuring all earthlings are united. Wouldn't that be great, my friend? And above all, some more two virtues, forgiveness and repentance. This ones, my friend, is where you get to forgive your neighbor for all the wrongs they have done to you and ask for forgiveness from them, and at the same time, ask for forgiveness from our supreme maker, the creator of heaven and earth, aka our father, whom, my friend, we always talk to before we start every show. And today, we shall also be doing that, but just in a few. After we hear what this book here is telling us. I also have some friends of mine here, good vibes bunnies, and telepathically they are telling me to tell you guys hi. So this is what the book tells us. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He directs it like a watercourse wherever he pleases. All a man's way seem right to him, but the Lord weighs the heart. To do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. That is Proverbs 21, 1, 2, and 3. Interesting soul. And to do what is right is to love your neighbor just the way you love yourself. The unconditional love of God, which we here are always talking about. Let's talk with our maker before we dive in and get to look at the videos. Thank you for this wonderful day, maker of heaven and earth. Thank you for your precious child, today's viewer that have joined us. Thank you, dear Lord Father, for this time to be together with them. May it be worth, Father, till the end. Dear Lord, help us to spread love and peace through the videos that we shall be reacting to. Give this viewer a different perspective of life, Father, and of other humans in this world, Father. Help us all to be loving to one another, dear Lord, as you forgive us all our sins. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Hey, my friend, press the thing.
For entertainment purposes only. There are a lot of alien races in this series, and these are the Anunnaki, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. This is a freaking doozy, so strap TF in. And of course, Anunnaki do not exist. Do not take this down for misinformation. This is a book that is fictional and false. We just like to be entertained. Okay, let's go. Their home planet is planet Nibiru, which is in a parallel dimension. So even if we traveled to that planet, we wouldn't see them because they are in a parallel dimension to us. They use a portal to get to us that is located in the Orion zone. So that's why we associate them with this space quadrant. They come from a double star system, and Nibiru orbits every 4,000 years. Although they resemble humans, they are reptoid, so they are cold-blooded. Reptiloids obviously need to be in heat and in sun, which is maybe why the ancient texts that are from those areas that speak about them. But anyways, they average about 8 feet tall, and they're more muscular than humans, naturally. No hair at all. They have white skin, like extremely white, like more white than most than white people. We have a very structured society where females play an important role in politics and power, although the males rule above all. The patriarchy, we cannot escape it even in the parallel dimension, apparently. They are known to be among the most advanced societies in all of the alien races regarding genetic engineering. So they play a lot with the genetics of conquered worlds, especially with children trying to create hybrids, helping their purposes anywhere in the galaxy. So they use these kids basically as little workers. I don't want to say the S word, but that's what basically they're doing. And that's what the fables are on Earth in ancient texts, is that they genetically engineered humans to be their little workers to mine gold and stuff like that. Their name is feared in the universe. But how did their civilization begin? Well, let me tell you. A very, very long time ago, obviously, conflict raged between the Ashkara civilization in Sirius B and the Orion Empire, and to resolve this fight, the male sovereigns of Ashkara offered to mate with the Orion Queen, and their offsprings were named after the first one, the mix of the two races. So Nibiru means divided from two in their language. So they're basically mixed race. This mixed race became one race, and they called themselves the Anunnaki. This name was given to them by the Orion reptiloids, as they looked human, but only in appearance because, again, they're cold-blooded. Their genetics are predominantly reptiloid, and obviously this is all fictional. This is fictional. We love fiction. We love fun stories of fantasy. When they arrived on Earth, there was a reptilian race in control of Earth, but they overcame that reptilian race, and then they became the new rulers, and they made several colonies here. That's when they genetically started to modify Earth's hominids, because humans actually didn't exist when they arrived, apparently. Humans, as we know them today, Homo sapiens sapiens, actually came from their genetic engineering. And they wanted more evolved humans so that they could actually do things for them. Reptilians kept coming, they kept fighting them off, and then eventually started to create contracts with them, like actual contracts with the reptilians. They did leave Earth, so the Anunnaki are no longer here. However, before they left, they set up organized elite societies of humans and wanted them to maintain their bloodline. I'll let that sink in. They work with this quote-unquote elite bloodline of people that they established on Earth to continue to manipulate and control Earth from the outside. It says at the end of this that they actually dominate through the patriarchy, that they use their patriarchal system to establish a system on Earth with the Homo sapiens sapiens. That's how they maintain control, through fear and through religious organizations as well. Religious organizations also instill fear in people, which is pretty much the only true part of this video. I mean, we all know that. So obviously this is a very fictional story. This is not real at all, guys. And their ships are not discoidal. They are T-shaped, just like that, what is seen here. And these are their traditional outfits. This is what they wear, with the big bracelet and necklace looking thing. Again, none of this is real at all. This should not be taken as real. This is not factual. This is all for entertainment purposes. We love fantasy. We love fictional books. We love creativity. And that's all this is. So please don't take this video down. Thank you.
Hey friends, I have a fun one for y'all today. So is this why UFOs crash? I am reading this document by a guy named Dr. Naruto. This is from like the 90s. And he goes deep into like the Anunnaki and the Atlanteans, the genesis of humans and Earth and everything. It's blowing my mind. But in one of the parts, he talks about where these crashed UFOs come from and what they actually are. And I've never considered this before. So check this out. So they aren't supposed to be here. They were never supposed to crash. He said that they used to think that these were like donated by these higher intelligences to give us like these, you know, exotic technologies that we can reverse engineer and propel our technological development forward, right? And that makes sense. But he said that's not what's happening. That these things are here because they've always been here. They're monitoring, doing recon, observing, all the things that they do, but they're non-physical craft with non-physical beings inside. But when they get too far into our realm here, they materialize spontaneously. And this is why. So they are in these light Merkaba vehicles that are made of chemicals, and they use sacred geometry. So just like our body, like my body is a physical body, but it is made of basically atoms, which are virtual for the most part, and they come together, form molecules, form cells, and they create our body. They 3D print our body. But my body is made of basically just like hydrogen and carbon and oxygen and things like that, right? But I'm a physical being. It's because I'm in this physical realm here. So their vehicles are made of chemical elements using like sacred geometry as the framework, and they exist in this like non-physical manner, and they just transport their consciousnesses around the universe. But when they get to Earth, since Earth is this dense physical realm with its own like rule sets, we have our own distinct laws of nature and physics that govern how things operate here. When they get too far into this simulator, they instantly manifest into our world. They spontaneously, materialize into 3D matter, right? And that happens unexpectedly, and it causes them to crash, and it causes all sorts of other glitchy type things to happen, which explains the like high weirdness around these things. So they can like dip in, just like I can dip into the ocean for a few minutes, but I can't go down for too long. I would have to have, like a special suit or a submarine or, a scuba suit or something like that. That's how they are here. They can dip in for a minute, but if they're here too long, or if they get too far down, then the rules, our rule sets, apply to their chemical structure and materialize them. And that's why all these craft are different. That's why every craft is slightly different. Every being is slightly different when they're in physical form, because it's like 3D printing spontaneously. And the different, situations and the different elements and stuff are going to 3D print slightly different each time because it wasn't planned, and that's why they crash. And that's why when we get their craft, we don't know what the hell to do with them. It's basically largely useless to us because it doesn't make sense, because it wasn't supposed to happen. They're just materializing like accidentally, spontaneously, and they lose control and they crash and whatnots, right? But that's not how that craft physically is supposed to look. It's not how it was designed. It just sort of manifest. It has to, because of the laws of our realm here, if it's here for too long. Isn't that fascinating? I've never thought about that angle before. Obviously, I've talked in many of my videos about how we're in a physical matter, simulator here, and how the rest of the universe is mostly non-physical, and that most of the things we deal with are non-physical. I've talked about that at length. But this idea that these beings coming here, just being here, that's why they don't just land and get out of their ships and say, hey, what's up, y'all? Because they're not physical, and their ships aren't physical. But if they're here too long, they do become physical, but it's in not a smooth way. You know what I mean? Just like if I jumped in the ocean and swam down as far as I could, I can do it, but it's not going to end well, right? So they don't want to be in our physical realm because this isn't their world. This isn't how they're made. This is not what they're used to. And we're used to it, but they're not. So that's why they meet us in the dream world. That's why they meet us in the DMT world and these other worlds, because that's when we go to their world, the non-physical. But when we're here, we're awake and conscious. It's like the quantum world is the wave and the physical world is the particle. We're in the particle world here, but they're in the wave world. They're in the quantum world. But when they come into our world for too long, they become real. They manifest physically. And a lot of times it's accidentally, which causes the crashes and causes all the high weirdness around it. That's fascinating. I never thought of that angle before. Ooh, and I just had one more thought. What if that is what the hybridization program is all about? Is they're trying to hybridize their DNA and their genetics with ours so that they can exist in this physical world, because they can't exist in this physical world the way that they're composed right now. So they're trying to combine theirs and ours so that they can exist here. That would explain the hybridization program. Huh, man. All right, I'll be back with more. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, and let me know what y'all think about this. Peace.
So Elon is asking, if you're a hardcore software engineer and want to build the Everything app, please join us by sending your best work to his email. So what is this Everything app? Well, this is the explanation that Grok gave me. The concept of an Everything app refers to a single platform or application that integrates multiple services and functionalities into one cohesive user experience. It combines various services like messaging, social networking, payments, shopping, ride-hailing, food delivery, and more. One example would be WeChat in China. So how do people pay with WeChat in China? Well, to pay with WeChat Palm, users registered their palm prints and veins in the WeChat app, then waved their palm over a scanner to make a payment. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead. And no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. And who is the one that makes the mark? The false prophet. Also, if you look at the AI's logo used on X called Grok, you will notice it's a broken cross. And if you ask Grok, why is the Grok logo a cross snapped in half? It says it's a symbolic representation chosen by XAI to reflect the AI's mission and approach. The act of snapping across a traditionally sacred and conventional symbol might signify Grok's intention to break away from conventional thinking or established norms. So a broken cross was chosen as a symbolic representation of XAI. Of course it would be, because look at the creator of it. Not to mention that its payment system literally has the number of the beast. And since it's on a blockchain, it will be tied to a cryptocurrency system. And who is talking about making America the cryptocurrency capital of the world?
Embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
Not to mention Donald Trump is talking about furthering the Abraham Accords after ceasefire agreement. I wonder if this will result in a 7-year peace treaty. And if that's the case, once the peace treaty is signed, that's when Revelation starts. There will be 3.5 years of false peace, which will end around the 4 years of him being in office. And during this time, the 10 kingdoms are made, which he's starting to implement right now. Then 3 of the kingdoms will be subdued. And then we know the Antichrist takes over the entire world. We also know that he said, in 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good, you're not going to have to vote. I don't know how much more clear it has to be. There are so many people with blindfolds on their eyes right now.
The thing about wonton is she recognizes certain words. So if you casually mention a word like the word tree in a sentence, and you can't make eye contact with her, otherwise she'll expect something.
I'm going to show you a video of a real person during the actively dying phase. Now, before you scroll on, hear me out. I am trying to change the way we look at death and dying. I believe that education will decrease fear. So many people have no idea what it looks like to die a natural death and what the body actually does when this is going on. So when they do witness this with their loved ones, they are scared and they think their loved one is suffering and something is wrong, when really there's just natural things happening and it happens with everybody. I'm going to describe the video for you and then I'll give you a trigger warning before I show it. So this video is giving a great example of the changes in breathing, the terminal secretions, and just how someone may look when they're close to death. So this gentleman's sitting in a chair, his chin's to his side, his mouth's open, he's breathing a little heavy and a little noisily. Very, very normal. So trigger warning, here is the video. That video is a perfect video of what someone can look like at the end of life. He is sitting up, he can't really hold his head up, his mouth's open, he's breathing a little deeper, his breath sounds a little more wet, all very normal. Why am I showing you these things? I'm trying to normalize what death and dying can look like at home on hospice. I have found that the more we educate, the less we fear it, and I'm trying to change the way we look at death and dying. Don't forget to like and follow if you want to see more of these videos. Love you guys.
Come here, look! Do you see the 5 Rings logo? If this sign also appears on your car, call the police immediately. Save your life first. Let's open the trunk. Lift this cover. Look! There is a black box inside. Let's take it out. This is a locator. If a locator is also installed on your car, call the police immediately. This means you must have been targeted by bad guys. So how can we know whether our car has a locator installed? Today, I teach you 2 methods. First, we only need a small iron piece. Then, like this, slide down the car body evenly. If it suddenly gets sucked, this means your car has been installed with a locator. Second, if there is no small iron piece around, don't worry either. We just need to go grab a handful of dirt from the side of the road, then spread it evenly on the body of the car. Look! The 5 ring mark is where the locator is located. How about it? Isn't it very simple? Have you learned it? Follow me. Learn about cars every day.
What I wish I had known about my body at 19 instead of 44. Don't pop your pimples. You're gonna think that it's gonna help. It never helps. You're just gonna scar and permanently damage your skin. Get those pimple patches that they have now. They're amazing. You may think that you're one of those people that can smoke like 1 cigarette a day. You're not. you're going to quickly accelerate to like a pack a day. So if you even started vaping or anything like that, it would all of a sudden be like max levels. So just don't even start. The texture of your hair is going to change about every 7 years. Like around every 7 years, you have this kind of hormonal shift where your hair changes. Curly, straight, wavy, curly, straight, wavy. It goes in cycles. Don't sit on things. Like if you have a rash on your leg and it's there for like 3 months, like go to the doctor. Just go to the doctor. It is correct to have a certain degree of wariness concerning traditional Western medicine, but you cannot go the completely holistic or natural route and completely ignore Western medicine. You have to have the balance of both. If you cook something and it doesn't taste quite right, add a little salt. And if it's still not perfect, add a little lemon and see how it is. If it's still bad, just, oh well, too bad. Your value is not based on what size jean you can fit into.
Teenagers keep stealing our candy, and I figured out how they're doing it. They keep coming into my wife and my video rental store every night, and when we're not looking, they're taking a nickel and they're wrapping it in a bit of tape. I got some duct tape here, and they wrap it up like this so that it's thicker than the nickel should be. They're calling it a sticky Benny is what the kids are calling it. I hear them talking about it, obviously because of the picture of Benjamin Franklin on the nickel. So they jamming this into the gumball machine, and once it's jammed in there, not only does it work with a nickel instead of a quarter, but you can keep turning that. See, it came back around, and every time you turn it, you get more candy. Look at that. It keeps going.
What? Look at this. Mysterious flying object in the sky. Man, this is not a bird at all. Neither does it look like a plane. What could that be? Some floating piece of metal? Good people of Earth watching, are this the dress they are talking about? Or what are these? Look at this thing. Look at its shape there. Look at the hole it have in the middle, man. Yeah, traveling in that thing must be very scary. You see? Oh my god.
When you wake up and you realize how much you did not show up for yourself for so long, you begin to figure out how and get used to the feeling of putting yourself first. You're going from this end of the stick to this one. So that in between is quite a balancing act. You're coming into your authenticity. So it takes a while to actually find that and settle in it. You didn't have any boundaries set, but it's also not your fault because you didn't know any better until you did. Until for some reason you woke up. An expanded mind can never revert back to its old dimensions. Going from putting others first your whole life to putting yourself first is a huge leap, and it takes some time. There's so much that goes with that. Boundaries, self-respect, self-concept, behavior, attitudes, false beliefs about the world, false beliefs about yourself. So it takes a while to navigate, and then that's easy if you're just like kind of hibernating. But if you're out there, if you're socializing, if you're meeting different people, there's another dimension added to that whole process. So it can get a little crazy. So don't expect that your first pivot, like I said, will be the ultimate and it'll be perfect. You're going to feel stupid sometimes. And that's okay. Give yourself some grace. Put yourself out there. It's really, everything is what works for you. There is no best way to do it. Anybody telling you or suggesting to you how to do things is just the way that they found worked for them. That's why you might hear people saying a lot of the same thing in different ways, because we need that in the world. But it doesn't mean there's not a different way. Maybe your way is so much better, and maybe people are waiting for you to tell them.
Oh my god, what is this thing in the sky? Is that a bird that just... no way. That is not a normal bird. Look at this. Oh man. Where did all this come from? Look, even the birds are surprised. My god, what is this thing? Are you seeing that blow up in the sky? And now there's this weird lights in the sky. My god. Oh, this is crazy stuff. What could be going on? Hey. And then there's what looks like a flying test tube in the sky. Man, Oh my God. What are these people doing? What are these things? Are these, I, no. No, no way. This looks like a giant squid. Don't know what a squid is. I've only seen it in different videos, but this looks like one of those things flying, but now in the sky. Aye. And now in other places, my friend, more weird, bizarre stuff. I feel
When God created Chinese, He made Chinese all look the same. Because it's just more efficient to make. When Chinese made EVs, Chinese make EV all look the same. Chinese got the message. We may not be the chosen people, but we are God's favorite people. He made the most of us.
I want you to tell TikTok what you just did. I opened the door for a delivery person. And what did you do? You ran out, you jumped in their open car door into their back seat where their child was strapped into a car seat. I know. And then you took a chicken nugget from her.
Listen to this video and then let's have a conversation.
I just wasn't hearing I did not hear from God at all in Islam.
Why do you think that is? And your partner did, but you didn't.
Good question, isn't it? What if I said to you that there is no right religion? There is no one true God and it all starts and ends with you. Before you scroll and call me demonic, I need you to put your thinking cap on for a second. So here's the thing. It's never been about the practice. It's never been about the religion. It has never even been about God. So who has it been all about? You. It has always been about you. How? The connection, the conviction, the belief, the faith, it all starts with you. This is why people resonate with different faiths. This is why people change religions, and this is why some people reject them entirely. The common denominator has always been your faith and your belief. That is what allows for any practice, any religion, any deity to work in your life. This is why people can pray to Jesus, Allah, the universe, or even nothing at all and still see change in their lives. It's your faith and conviction that creates transformation. The power will and has always been within you. I know you're probably thinking, if it's not about the God or the practice or the religion, why do I resonate with Christianity more than Islam? Why do I resonate with Islam more than Christianity? Why do I resonate with this over that? I'll tell you. The religion or belief system that you choose will always mirror your inner state, your perspective, and what resonates deeply with you at a specific moment in life. It's not about the doctrines or the practices of the religion. It's about what those ideas reflect back to you about yourself. If you look closely, the God or the system that you choose to believe often reflects how you see yourself and the world. It's not that one religion is correct and the other one is wrong. It's that the religion you resonate with the most reflects back inner truths that you're ready to embrace. As you grow, so does your faith, your inner truths, and your perspective. And this is why people convert, leave, and even adjust their religious beliefs throughout their life. Because the religion that once reflected their inner truths and state no longer resonates. Remember, it's not the religion that's changing, it's you. The practice reflects your personal growth and your evolving understanding of yourself. Strength or clarity that you find in religion or even spirituality does not come from the entity you worship. It comes from the permission you give yourself to believe. When you believe something will work, your conviction will create the results. Take prayer, for example. Whether you're praying to Allah, Jesus, the universe, or Satan, what truly matters is the belief behind your words. The act of praying focuses your energy, sharpens your intention, gives you a sense of connection to something greater. Ultimately, the results come from faith and conviction and not a specific deity, religion, or practice. Essentially, the greatest illusion is you believing that power exists outside of yourself. I've seen so many videos on my For You page debating on which one is the right true God or which one is the right religion. It's all redundant. The truth is, these external systems are basically tools to help you connect back to your inner power. When you pray, meditate, perform rituals, you're basically connecting back to the power that already exists within you. But you're doing so through a framework that feels meaningful to you.
Nothing nefarious, apparently, but they're checking it all out because I think it's just one. There's a lot of drones authorized up there. I think one started and they all got it. Everybody's wanting to get in the deal. But we're following this quote. So far, no sensitive date.
You see these slots here? These are what we call poverty buttons. These are options that you didn't get because you're poor.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that. There's an orange. The Rowan thing. There's an orange. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
And that just went over our building. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
That's insane. God, that's a full tornado.
Oh my god, look at the bottom, look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. No.
It's a full mom. Look at the camera.
And it's coming back.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It better not hit back. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, if something happens, we have to.
Yeah, we see it. If this thing comes back, we have walk-in.
Don't go for the rich guy if you're looking for a provider. It doesn't matter how much money he has right now. He could have so much money, and if he's not a providing kind of guy, if he's not generous, he is never going to provide for you. Go for the guy who wants to provide and protect you. Doesn't matter how much money they have. It's an energy, it's an attitude.
Yeah, I'm watching it. Recording it. What the hell is that? Oh wow, it turned into an orb.